with Caba kicking it off. Who are they going to send up? They said Riddles, and I like this, right? Yeah. I like sending up one of the Terrys just because you can kind of get below the sonic booms via the round waves, right, and the power waves and whatnot. So it's going to be something to look out for. His own way to kind of combat the projectile warfare that Guile brings.
And I know this is like a matchup that you've actually had a lot of experience in terms of commentating as well. Like we had this exact matchup, Terry versus Guile, a bunch of times over at the FlyQuest fight series on a weekly basis. This is one of those things that are just really, really specific. Right? I was talking about Nephew coming up in regards to like his defensive prowess. I think like he's really, really strong when it comes to actually nullifying projectiles with his perfect parries and moving on to enclose the gap and use some of the range that Jury has. But this one's just as good, right? Like why even try to risk any sort of like perfect parry when you could go band for band with fireballs just to like get that out of the way in general, right? Like one less thing to worry about. If you could prevent Guile from throwing out sonic booms consistently, you've already won half the battle, in my opinion.
100%. I think that's a huge part about shutting down Guile, or at least making the Guile player frustrated, right? We always just want to get players out of their comfort zone. That's one of the primary ways we can really start digging in and getting people who might be comfortable in a matchup to get uncomfortable, right? So Riddles has a couple of ways to do that with the Terry. Obviously, like we talked about the Fireball War. But one of the big things with this matchup, I think, as well, is Terry's ability to convert efficiently, right? Without using too much drive rush meter. We always highlight like crouch medium kick target combo. It's not hit confirmable, but it does allow you to extend if you know that crouch medium kick's gonna hit without using drive meter. And then you could use that drive meter to do OD power wave, stuff like that that's gonna nullify Guile's Fireball game even further, right? So I think definitely staying ahead when it comes to the drive rush is gonna be big for Riddles if he manages to do that. But let's get into it. First match of SFL US 2025.
Already out the gate, we have the projectile war coming in between Riddles and Caba firing first. Now, actually, the upside down kick as a counter hit. Riddles maybe a little bit weary, trying to get like a counter poke game going, but now Caba, as soon as he gets that first throw, establishing the pace yet again with the fireballs. It's up to Riddles to really close the gap, but Caba's not gonna let him.
Yeah, Riddles has been pretty timid so far, right? He's now trying to swing a little bit harder, especially with the drive rush, clipping the backdash at the very end.
And I like that too. Crouching medium punches start off. Caba actually flexes the parry just a little bit. Riddles wasn't ready for it. You can't escape with a level 1!
Shut it down in time, bro. The round wave coming through again. That's plus all day. It's like plus 9 in burnout. You ain't going nowhere. The crack shoots as well. Just chipping away at this life bar until the inevitable, DI, burnout, no meter to defend yourself. Riddles first round.
I really like that from Riddles too. Really making it a tough choice, even after like the standing heavy punch, right? Like even if you decide to wait a little bit and then go for the DI, you're building some meter for yourself and having them kind of like think about what's coming up next regardless. You get the punish counter on the way through. No extension, actually, a little bit too far out for the second jab. He could have gone right into the rising tackle.
Yeah, exactly. I think you just want to kind of squeeze all the juice out of the meter that he possibly could, so he tried the extra jab, but as you mentioned, could have gone directly into the special. Oh, but that is what we were talking about, right? Whip punish, utilizing the target combo as well. Don't spin that meter. Clean link off the punish counter stand medium.
Extra frames on that one, by the way. Even more time to get that confirmed. Burn knuckle coming in from left field. We get the forward throw. A couple of more sequences. Riddles can get it. Gets the counter hit against Caba. A delay upon the delay. Really well placed so far.
That was the Hezi. That was the Luka Doncic right there. We're changing our tempo. We're changing our pace. Nice stuff from Riddles right there. Slight delayed jab. Opening it up, Guile. And the already Caba going to be going to the Bandit side, try to get some advice on what to do going forward, because this is still first to 2 territory.
Can you believe as soon as that trade happened, some people thought, oh no, we just let go of like a bunch of people for this Luka trade? I'm like, are you kidding me?
I remember that Kizzy tweet. Shout out.
That's all I think about. Okay, shout outs to Elder, actually, for bringing for rehashing that.
Always bringing it up, bro.
Like, Kizzy, you're our boy and everything. But come on, man.
Come on, man. But either way. So we'll see what adjustments Caba's going to have. Riddles, to me, started a little bit timid, but once he was like, all right, now I'm going to settle in. We're playing Street Fighter. Like, let's forget about Street Fighter League. Let's forget about this whole team aspect. Let me just play my game. And that's when he looked a lot cleaner, right? He was able to really get in Caba's face, nullify a lot of what Caba wanted to do. Picked his spots well with the normals, right? We saw him fishing with the stand roundhouse a little bit. We saw him snipe with the crouch medium kick. So as long as he's still playing his game, it's going to be up to Caba to make some adjustments.
All right, let's see if he can set the pace for himself and reclaim where he was at in round 1 of game 1. We want to go as far as possible when it comes to these games, because honestly, it's like this could be a grand final scenario anywhere, even like within the top 8 at the very least.
Damn! You know, we're used to seeing Caba bust out with the OD flash kicks, but still he hasn't actually brought it out one time here. Takes the throw for his life, but the perfect comes through anyway. KuaiShou to take up the space perfectly.
This is so well played so far. And again, that aggression, just raw burn up. When you saw the screen shake, he was going to be plus. Speaking of plus frames, it's so difficult after the drive rush. It is a true strike throw scenario. It's pretty much a big guess. And Riddles, he's been correct majority of the time, checking Caba on defense, multiple avenues, getting shut down. You got to go around the block, especially when you throw out the OD flash kick. Double perfect to start it off. Game 1, flawless coming in from the FlyQuest camp. What a showing by Riddles in his debut at Street Fighter League.
I was gonna say, first ever match in Street Fighter League, and you double perfect Caba. Look at the smile on Punk's face right now, bro. He was like, this is the guy I added to the squad. Let's get it, man. Oh, what a performance, right? We saw it even in the first game where he was able to use like the meaty round wave in the corner, right? The round wave, when you perfect parry it, you get the freeze, but it's still a projectile hit. So that's why I shut down that level 1 wake up from Guile. And then in round 2, or excuse me, game 2, we talked about it. Like, Caba is we're so used to seeing Caba just bust out with the OD flash kick. Never really hesitating, doing it nice and early. That's what I was just talking about, right? With the power wave shutting down the level 1. But we're so used to seeing him be a bit more aggressive and willing to bust out with these reversals. And we didn't see any of that. The only reversal we saw was at the very end, of course, right? When you hold back the whole time, you're expecting the opponent to defend once, thinking that you're going to flash kick. They never do until the moment you finally do it. And then, of course, steals the double perfect. Very unfortunate for Caba, but what amazing reads from Riddles and being like, just because it's my first match of Street Fighter, I'm not going to be timid. I'm not going to play defensively. He just got in his face and didn't let up.